Sigil Knights, the heroes of the light. They are the ones who stand against the forces of chaos and the creatures that dwell in the dark. Considered as the policing force within Gaia, Sigil Knights patrol the realm, seeking to uphold the law and enforce order. Generally, Sigil Knights are mostly found patrolling the royal woods and upper regions of the tundra, a common sight if anything, as their presence ensures a feeling of safety to those who cannot defend themselves. A direct enemy to the Church of the Prince and the forces of Ardor and Altum. Sigil Knights normally are made up of veterans, mercenaries, and volunteers, seeking a noble cause. Upon becoming indoctrined into the Order, all new initiates become trainees, and upon completing their base training, they will become full-fledged Sigil Knights. Once they reach this rank, Knights will have the duty of patrolling, safeguarding, and being sent out on missions to confront possible affiliates of either Ardorian or Abyssal origin. On these missions, Knights are in groups, usually 4 or 5. Never more unless they're accompanied by a Sigil Master. Sigil Knights continue on this path until either a set amount of time passes, or they go above and beyond in performance. Unfortunately, many Sigil Knights are not promoted due to the growing severity of their missions, and it isn't very uncommon for Sigil Knights to die before they become Sigil Masters. Though if they are able to overcome the dangers of their missions, then they will be sent off to master their art. Trekking through the tundra, the Sigil Knights who are sent out into the freezing wastes are expected to reach the castle sanctuary, where the training will occur. As they travel, they will encounter many difficulties, such as the deadly howlers or even the church knights who wander deep within the tundra. But the true enemy of any traveler within the tundra is the cold, as the knights are tested the moment they enter the tundra, with both their determination and resolve being tested. Once a knight reaches the castle sanctuary, they will begin their training to become a Sigil Master. Sigil Masters train both their mind and body to resist the influence of corruption and its passive presence within Gaia. Once they've reached mastery in both their combat and their use of charges, even with their instructor, who had been crippled by howlers, resulting in him only having a single arm. The knights had received some of the most unrivaled training that existed within the realm. Upon completion of the training, newly anointed masters are either sent out on high-tier missions, assisting in guarding the castle sanctuary, or instructing new Sigil Knights. Although the ones who do pass and become Sigil Masters, others are not so noble in their pursuits. Unbeknownst to many, corruption lingers in the land of Gaia, and with it, warps the mind of those whose wills are not powerful enough to resist its call. These whispers draw out one's greatest instinctual desires. They eventually manifest into a lust for power, to where the knight will eventually rot from the inside, throwing away their duty to bring fear and terror to the land with an iron fist. This is when they seek more power. The whispers that originally encouraged them to do these horrible acts have now become a guide. In the end, the knights who've turned from their original cause become something else. The Sigil Knight Order began when Solon appeared before the first of his kin. The humanoids he had created and set in Gaia had gathered together to create his domain of order. From the various early settlements that were being made, the self-anointed knights took it upon themselves to bring order to the realm. As a result, bandit raids and attacks were lessened as their ranks spread rapidly, more knights being recruited to the cause. The presence of the knights had expanded across Gaia, and eventually they became one of the largest forces to be reckoned with within the realm, with one of their biggest conflicts being involved in the War of Dusk. In conclusion, Sigil Knights can be viewed as stereotypical paladins or holy knights. However, their objectives are not always good, to say the least, as they do what is necessary to enforce order.